Kristopher Lewis Moody. Now, this is a very big emergency video on my channel because Chris Lilly is in the first generation Lilly of the early 2000s when it comes to Artifact is Stupid, and he is a very, big figure in my life, like, Martin Luther King, Teen Titans, Red X, Atlas, etc. So it started off with, Chris having, an infatuation for Michael Jackson. So if you ever want to look at Michael Jackson later, everyone want to be like Michael Jackson, he got you. Because of the fact that he's an actual fan of good music. Now, if you know me on the channel, I'm known for explaining why Chris hides behind the Artifact is Stupid without matching a genuine hip-hop. But at this point, it doesn't matter because you hid behind cringe for 2 years. So Chris starts off like this. What happened to my bustin' move? For the 100th time, where is my bustin' move? So what he did was he created a revolution of, hip-hop, draws and everything. He used to create a character called Doodoo Moss's comic book, and, his friends were wondering when he's going to publish it. And Chris taught me a valuable lesson throughout everything this year because when we blame Chris for hiding behind the Artifact is Stupid, there are times lately where we hid behind, in Mandela, like, what's this, a Nickelodeon? And what our abusive girlfriend can do with a Mandela is monotonous, but you gotta remember one thing. When you're saying, he's not matching the pre-thing, he's not doing this and that, he's not matching what we live for, I figured out that most mob bosses and shit lately has never actually met to Chris's criteria. And that led to me supposedly hiding behind E40, where he played Dustin Disgusted and compared it to a song by Ice-T. And Ice-T is your uncle, by the way. And what he reveals is that the guys who do the pre-thing, the biggest, mob bosses lately are hiding away from their therapist lately. And he covered everything by saying stay in school. So what happened, this happened to whole America. I mean, my brother whooped the whole America's ass if you didn't put something up front. And you know why he didn't put something up front with the ass cologne and scales? Everything has to go with Rockstar Lily. Chris could shit on because he does something official. Concrete, he networks with Kid Steve. And the reason why you didn't validate it 100% is because you're manipulating me, obviously. And that's what happened. That's the reason why the pre-thing didn't win, because you wanted to play games in Formation Studio, but never wanted me to be in the Concrete versus the studio, but compare it to Crime and then saying something, and that all means one thing: that you took advantage of the fact that he was a bigger gangster, like he was actually doing real work, while I was holding out society. Now I can't put on my genuine. So Chris, literally, what he does, literally, in the beginning of the Artifact is Stupid, what it comes to him being, literally, is he's one of the small guys, literally, he was one of the most famous ones for getting inside, and he throws a hook, literally. So what happens is the only way a short guy can get inside is to throw a hook. So I ended up throwing a hook later. The way we do it is different because I did wear a journey. And when I throw a hook, it looks like Kabuto Yakushi. And when he throws a hook, it's completely fluid. So what happened literally at the end of Alpha Omega, while I did the research, the guy Tandro from Demon Slayer, in order to ruin this video, Tandro, the main character from Demon Slayer, throws his sword in the form of a hook. And I remembered that I did something just like him. And it takes 10 years for you to catch up to him because you do have autism. You do have a mental disease. So here's the real nitty-gritty of this video. Where it came to Chris and Country, it was the biggest fight of Artifact is Stupid. Because Country's real name is Alex, and what ended up happening, during basketball, Lily, is, everybody was calling him Country Lily, and then he wouldn't let, him call him Alex, basically. And then what Country ended up doing, Lily, so Lil Eric, by himself, Lily just saying, it's Country this, Country that, that's my partner, because he's not banging with him, Lily, because what I did when I got older, it's like, ha, why are you supposed to write out Crips and Bloods? And what he did, literally, when he first met Country, literally, is he made a decision because what I figured out about Chris over time is that other people, dove into my genuine hip-hop where he came to Gang of Girl, all I really want on my channel, literally. So if you know my channel, literally, even if you do that song specifically, he replies for open doors, literally. Even if it's gay, literally, in some way, shape, or fashion, he replies for open doors. So what happened, literally, in the first round of Artifact is Stupid, literally, apparently Christine was in on him, literally, and Country's like, yo, you have green eyes, be aware of your surroundings, literally. And then what happened was, Country literally punched him hella hard, and guess what Chris did? Literally, he came up and threw a hook. He threw a hook of all things, literally, and they kept on, enclosing openings where each other, literally. So Country hit him with a hook, literally, and Chris hit him with a hook. So it was hook after hook. It was a grand straight, like linear this, old autistic kid that, literally, referencing the uncle and they're punching. And so what happened? Because I was wondering, how can Chris take a hit from Bobby? How can Kristopher Lewis Moody take a being from Bobby? And it's because of Country. He relates every single, fight to Country, Lily. On the outside, Lily, that's not, an accusation. So what happened over time, Lily, is I figured out that he has a 300 mindset because he didn't actually, bench 300 on paper. Lily, it was like 150, but it was 150 at pure still because he practiced basketball and fucking out. So when he got hit for 100 with 200, literally, when he hit him, it was probably worth 500. You know, it was worth 500, and that was the point of this video. And no one wants to admit because he had a fight that was basically more stunning than anything in Funimation, literally, with their teeth falling out and shit. Literally, when we first figured out about the CERN machine and shit. It's a real fucking story. So what happened was literally the bottom line, the more behind him in country, literally, he's like, you can keep begging, you can keep selling drugs, this and that. I'm dedicated to a mom. And so country's like, oh, you're gonna be a mama's boy forever? And look what happened, literally. He got to call out literally through that whirlwind flow that, you know, the mob bosses and all those people who you hit behind didn't have their shit 100% together. They're still, you know, cheating on somebody. They're still asking teens on Facebook. They're still this and that. And that's why nobody can trust anybody. I compare Chris to other birds, literally like Michael's friend Alex, who I used a lot this year. Drinking orange soda, grape soda, literally looking like 100 Starbursts, literally talking to Michael, who does the generate things, who explained literally if he ignores the generate thing that it's a part of Vario, and I still lost. I'm tired of this fourth dimension shit.